Okay folks, it's Easter Monday and you can see here it's a bright sunny day, but it was a really chilly morning. We got down to about, according to Channel 9, about 11 degrees, and it said it's going to be 20, maximum 21. I felt a bit hot in my jacket and scarf and hoodie later on, but what can you do? It's hard to satisfy, to compensate for all the temperatures that can happen, which really annoys me because I'm very sensitive to both hot and cold. So it can be a real pain trying to take into account hot and cold. What you're going to accept? Are you going to accept feeling hot, or are you going to accept feeling cold? Difficult choice, folks. Photocopier is running rough, but this machine is on its way out anyway. On Friday the 14th of April, coming up this week, this machine will reach its 5-year anniversary of being installed in my unit. So this machine's probably going to be off service agreement soon. Hopefully not, but it probably will. This is what we're photocopying. We're photocopying this little corner section here. All crunched up, all crumpled up. I'm just going to put it on the glass like so. Nurofen. So yeah, it's good to get a whole lot of demo sets done before this machine has to bow out of its use. Hopefully it'll get recycled when I get rid of it. Hopefully it'll get recycled. All the plastics, the metals, the chemicals, and all the shit that goes into making this copier system. Hopefully it'll get recycled, not end up in China or India in an e-waste dump, or anywhere else where e-waste often goes. This is looking quite interesting. I think we could take a section out of that and enlarge it even bigger. So that's come up looking good for starters. So we're just going to maybe darken it a bit. So I'm just going to make that the corner that goes into the side there. Yeah, folks, it's been a very lonely Easter for me, being away from my loved one, Luigi, whom I'm trying to contact through the 6 o'clock news. But I know this material's not going to make it to Channel 9 on time, because I'm going to have to take all these files and burn them to disk, download, burn to disk, and then distribute them to places like Channel 9. Although I used to do other TV channels in the past, but I haven't done them for a while. I want to do Channel 9. I feel that they've got the best coverage and the best of the best out of all the TV channels. So I'm just trying to think how I'm going to make this look any good. But I'm hoping next Easter will be a happy Easter for Luigi and I, that we both don't have to be alone out of this place. And that's come up looking interesting. I don't like how this is looking. It's not quite what I'm after. Trying to think how much I'm enlarging this or reducing it. Not reducing it. I don't like this shape. Do not like it, actually, folks. Just trying to see what else I can do with this. Maybe I could take it back to the beginning and crumple it further, make it look even better. So I'm going to just take this piece, I'm going to just crunch it up on camera, make it really, really interesting. So I'm just using my left hand to do it, which is really quite difficult, not having two hands to manipulate the material. So let's see if we can make that look a lot better. So this is just trying to get it to fucking focus. Okay, it's focused. Now we're just going to try again, 400 by 400. And we're just going to try that again and see if we can get a better result. Maybe a little bit darker might help this time. Yeah, I don't like it. Wondering if we can do maybe make it into a movement piece instead of a still piece. Maybe we can make it into a movement piece. Do something more interesting with it. Maybe we can just enlarge it smaller. Going to move it around. Something different, folks. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting. I do wonder if we're going to utilise it, maybe try another one. That looks really quite interesting, actually. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting. I think we can work with that, even though we've got that dirty stuff. Maybe we could enlarge. We'll see how we go with it, folks. Okay, we're going to do it. So this will go to the bin. I found this on the ground. I don't take Nurofen. I'm not a Nurofen type person. If I'm going to take any painkillers, it's usually paracetamol. I like to take paracetamol instead of Nurofen. Even though paracetamol is quite dangerous, actually. I never knew that until it was on television or the radio. I think it was on television I learned about not aspirin, Panadol, or should I say paracetamol, that is actually dangerous. It's more dangerous than you could imagine. You think it's a well-known, over-the-counter remedy, and you wouldn't think it would be so dangerous. You just wouldn't expect it to be dangerous. But apparently it is. You've got to be careful, and they're thinking about limiting supplies to people over the counter, yeah. So if I get a headache, if I'm having a headache, typically I reach for the paracetamol. That looks really quite interesting. ibuprofen, I think it's called, the Nurofen. I think that's what they have in there, is ibuprofen. Yeah, Nurofen. I have had a Nurofen once, or maybe, yeah. I remember the first time I heard about Nurofen, it was from one of my mum's neighbours. I had a fight with my brother, and like we often did in the early 90s, and I had a really bad stress headache from it. And my mum's neighbour gave me some Nurofen, and that was back in, I think, 1994 or 1995. And basically, yeah, I always think of my brother when I think of Nurofen. Not always, but a lot of the time it reminds me of him and the fight we had. But then we always used to fight a lot. We don't get along, folks. He's an asshole. Sorry to say, folks, but that's another story. Anyway, that's come up looking quite interesting. I think we can now call this demo quits.